Whoopsie daisy. Hello. So you're here today to learn how to put together a colonial porch swing. What we're going to do first, the first part will be taking your 2x4s and cutting them to size. Like this. So we have to cut it. These angles are a 22.5. So a common angle that I use on a lot of my stuff that I build, 22.5. Don't know why, it just works. So the next video part you'll see is me cutting the angles on the first step. It's a colonial porch swing. Here we go. As you see, we have a template from an old swing that I received about 3 years ago. And I've tore it apart and took the pieces of it and used those pieces as templates. This is for the backrest. And this is for the seat. Every one of my swings is made to these specs. So we're going to start marking them up so I can put them on the bandsaw and start shaping them up. And the swing will start coming together to look like a porch swing. So, before we get any farther within this project, let's go over a couple of things. This project requires 11 2x4s, 2x4x8s. If you do treated, after you build it, if you're building it for yourself or for a customer, it's going to have to sit and cure. Depends on where you're at in the country. We're down in the south, so you leave it outside, it's going to take about 2 to 3 months of warm weather and it'll cure. Once it's cured, you can stain it, and then stain, only thing it does is stain the wood. That's why it's called stain. After you stain it, you need to water treat it. You can use a polyurethane, or you can use like a Thompson water stiller. It's up to you. I don't care. It's your project, not mine. But for this build, we're doing treated, and if the customer calls me up in a couple months, go, hey, I want it water sealed or stained. We'll cross that bridge then. As for now, we're just building, which I love. It relaxes me, which I need. So, the next step, we've already got our designs. Now we're going to the bandsaw to cut them out. Take your time. Don't get in a hurry. If you get in a hurry, your seat's going to be all wobbly, lumpy. You don't want to sit on a lumpy porch swing. Take your time. It's nothing to get in a hurry for. Let's go and start cutting. next step in making the colonial swing. This is what we'll do. We'll create some lap joints. This is a lap joint. This, it laps together. Lap joint. This right here gives it strength. If you see this, there's no notches here. There's no notches here. So there is a hole here. This is very important. This right here for the armrest. This hole will line up. Beautiful. So what we're going to do, what I do with my swings, because I make them so I can sit on them. It's got to be a little bit stronger than your average swing if I want to sit on your swing. So what we'll do, we'll make a couple notches. So there's going to be a bottom brace. We'll sit here and here. So if a fat ass comes over to your house to sit, he's got a place. And then to stiffen it up that much more, we're going to take the notch and put it on here. What will sit inside these notches is a 2x4 that will run on the back side. Yes, this makes the swing heavier, but get some stronger chains, you'll be okay. But this right here will fix it so somebody that's husky has a place to sit. Husky people matter. Alright, we've got basically the frame part cut. This is what we got. We've got the lap joint. And we've got the notch. This is for the backrest. This is the seat. See, here's the notches. There's a notch. And the other lap joint. This is how this thing works. Slide it. Where am I at? Right there. Lap joint. Beautiful. That's the lap joint. And the way the notches work is like this. Okay. This right here is the notch. This right here is the back brace for the 2x4. Here's the lap joint. Lap joint goes like this. Right there. That's the famous lap joint. And you got a notch there for the 2x4 and a notch there for a 2x4 brace. And these lap joints will use 2 bolts and the Type Bond 3 wood glue, the water resistant. And that's how those lap joints stays together no matter what happens. It's glue and bolts. Okay. So the next step, before we move on to any further, I want to show you what we do here. we made these lap joints and we made the notches for the 2x4 brakes. You can use a regular blade. It'll just take you a couple more passes. I've been doing this for a while. I've saved up my money from building swings, but I didn't have the tools when I started off with. It was very simple. But as I've gotten building, I bought better equipment. So now I've got me a stack blade. This thing cuts a big old chunk, so you don't have to have so many passes. If you're trying to save time, this is what you need to do. It's expensive, but you maintain your equipment, keep it greased up and sharpened up and clean, it will last. It's worth the investment if you're really wanting to start doing this a lot. I build a lot of porch swings. Okay, here we go. We just got done cutting the slats. Now we're going to start doing the round over. As you can see right here, here's my makeshift round over table. Eventually, I'm going to get me a real one. But in the meantime, it works. What we're going to be doing, we're going to round over these slats. I cut them on the table saw at 3/4 inch thick. Now you can go to Lowe's or Home Depot and buy 1x2s. A 1x2 right now runs about $4. Or if you got a good table saw and you got a little bit of time, you want to save some money, a 2x4x8 runs about $8 to $9 right now for treated. You can get 4 1x2s out of 1 2x4. Do the math. It's a little bit cheaper cutting your own 1x2s. And they're a little bit thicker. So a little bit stronger. So here we go. We're going to go into doing the roundovers. We've got, I think, 34 of them. So let's get busy. Okay, so we got all the slats rounded over. Now we start putting the thing together. This part right here, it can be time consuming because you want to pre-drill every single spot where you can put a screw at. If you don't, you're going to crack the wood. It ain't but a 3/4 inch thick. So, you got to pre-drill. You put your screws in and try to make everything as best as you can square and level. Because if you start off crooked at the bottom, and you get to the top, you could be off from one side to the other a 1/2 inch to an inch, depending on how bad you're off. So take your time. I've been saying. World had a front porch, it would be great, but this is what we're doing. So the next step, putting it together. This thing's really starting to look like a swing now. The next part, putting this swing together, is putting the slats on. Like I just said, you're going to have to pre-drill. And also, this gives you a chance to be kind of creative. Because what we're going to do, something you get to decide what slats goes where. Some slats might have a knot or some kind of something wrong with it, like this. But if you put it in the right areas, you will see it. The strength of the area will still be strong. There ain't nothing wrong with it. And so on. Now some of the areas will have a knot that you can actually see, like this, there. Probably don't want to put that on the seat area, put it towards the back. That way if it does encounter weight or whatever, it's not going to be as much as someone's butt. So, we're getting ready to start assembling the swing. And this is when the swing actually starts looking like a swing. Here we go. Hello there. All right, so we just got done putting all the slats on. And right now I'm trying to just get some of the sawdust off. As you see, not too shabby. This would be a great swing. It's on the front porch. Your brother be out eating chocolate pie in the backyard, and you'll be swinging. So the next step for this project, that would be fabricating arms. For this customer, he just wants basic arms. We do the oversized arms, the skateboarding arms with the cup holders. They're nice, but it's a little bit more money, but some people don't want it, and no big deal. This is just a 5-foot basic porch swing, which is beautiful. Beautiful. All right, next step, assembling arms. porch swing done. I'm sure there's some stuff in here. Some people's going to say, "Oh, you shouldn't be doing this," or "Oh, you shouldn't be doing that." It's my shop. That's the way I do it. Couple things. I use a lot of Harbor Freight tooling, and for the most part, they last a decent amount of time. The hole saw drill I was using, you notice it was smoking. Well, this is like the 30th porch swing that I built with cup holders. It's the 60 holes that it's drilled just for porch swings, and God only knows how many benches and some other stuff that I've drilled using that same hole saw. So, knowing it lasted 60 to 80 holes, and I bought it in a set for $25. Yeah, I got my money out of it. But buying it in a set, now I know what size holes saws I need to buy instead of buying a whole set. It's a learning curve. So the next time I'll buy a name brand, maybe, or something a little bit better quality. I know exactly the exact size hole saw I need to buy now. When I first bought it, I didn't know. This will be delivered in the morning to our customer, and it turned out to be a really beautiful porch swing, if I may say so myself. These things do take time. I've clocked it this time. It took me about 7.5 hours, man hours, to build this swing. But I split it up between 3 to 4 days because I've got other things I'm doing other than that. So, but actually touching the swing, you're looking about 7.5 hours. Not too bad. Not for something that's handcrafted. Every single piece is fit, cut just for that specific area. But this is my first video. Depending on how well this video does, I may make more. I don't know yet. Like and subscribe, like everybody says, and we'll just go from there. My next project I'm planning on doing is a lounge chair. It's basically the same frame as the porch swing, but it will have legs. I've got a customer that wants 2 and a table, so that's my plan for tomorrow. So, like I just said, depending on how well this video does, I know I'm going to make at least one more and put it out there and see what happens. And this is the professor.